Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel and Angela. On this quick topic, we are going to talk about what makes the narcissist so dangerous. What makes the narcissist so dangerous, you guys, is that when the narcissist has a thought, just a thought, something comes to mind, they run with it right away. They're people that don't really think things through. Even if they get that little voice in their mind that's like, you shouldn't do it, they're just like, I don't care why I shouldn't do it. I'm still going to try to do it. They will show you this type of behavior in the relationship if you really pay attention. If they discard you, or if you don't hear from them, or if they've done something to disrespect you and they know that they can't just easily come back to you. Maybe you're not answering calls, or you've blocked them from everything, and it was their choice. They're the ones who wanted to leave. They're the ones who didn't care about the relationship, didn't value it. And then next thing you know, they want to reach you out of nowhere. A week, 2 weeks go by, a month, a couple months, and all of a sudden they reach out to you, right? And they'll show up at your house, at your job, at your school. They'll sit there and watch your car all day just to see, when you're in and out. And they'll even come to your window. They'll come knocking at your window. They'll come and, walk around your house, try to unlock your door. These people are sick. Like, you guys have to understand that these people are sick. If they know that they can get access to coming in your house, they're going to try to come in. They're going to try to make their way in, invade their way in. And sometimes that's why, when you're discarded, or when this person's out of your life, you're wondering, like, when are they going to come? You even get a little bit, jumpy. You're like, every time you go somewhere, you start feeling like you're being watched, or you feel like the narcissist is just going to, like, jump out of a bush or something, because that their personality is very unpredictable. That they're so unpredictable that they don't care about, breaking laws or breaking boundaries. They don't care if you put a restraining order on them. They don't care about that. That's going to actually make them angry. That's actually going to put them in a situation where they're like, oh, you put a restraining order on me. Now I have to work really hard to get back with you, or get close to you, into your proximity, just so that I can destroy you for doing that to me. So what makes the narcissist so dangerous is that they do all of these things that are very spontaneous, but if you were to do those things back to them, they will label you as crazy. They would be like, look how weird this person's acting. You become the stalker. They're trying to project those things onto you as if that's your personality, when those are the things that they do in the relationship that they have normalized. They don't think twice when they're doing that. They're not thinking to themselves, if I go and I deceive you and I fool you, things can end up worse for me. They're not thinking of how things are going to get worse for them. They're thinking about how they're going to get even. How am I going to get even with this person? When the narcissist is angry with you, or, upset, they're not thinking, they're in the moment. They'll hit you, they'll, break your belongings, they'll accuse you of things that you never did, and it will just happen so suddenly, like a light switch. And that's because the narcissist has no self-control. They're not in the position to ignore the opposite sex, or same sex, whatever they like, right? They're not in the position to do that, because these are people that are living in the moment, so if you're married to this type of person, they're the type of people that, if they meet someone at work and they go out on a date, and then that person invites them over to their house, they're not thinking straight. They're not thinking, I have a family at home. What will my wife think? What would my children think at that? If I don't respect my wife, what would my children think of me? They're not thinking those things. They're not thinking, oh, my kids are going to wake up in the morning and wonder why I'm not home or why I haven't been home, you know? Then you have, people that are just devastated because they don't understand how they ended up married to someone that thinks it's okay to do those type of things, right? But if you're dealing with a narcissist who has a secret, or they're on the down low, and they're even telling you like, hey, no one knows the real me, the truth behind that, and many of the perverted things that they're vibrating off of, that they're keeping from you, is that, some of them feel as if, I'm using you. I'm just, it's an image. Something that I'm trying to portray to others so that they can't discover who I really am. And it's not so much that I care if they figure out what I really am, but to me, I feel like I can get more things out of people if I play this role with them. So this is how they're able to project who they are onto you and make it seem as if, hey, I'm putting myself in a woman's position, and I'm putting myself in a woman's shoes, because if you were me, you would use me too. If you had the type of personality that I had as a woman, you would do those things to me too. You would betray me the same ways. You would use me for money. So I'd rather use you, because that's what you would do to a man anyway. That's what you would do to a man, but I'm not like any other man. I'm not someone that is emotional. I'm not connected to you because I'm not even attracted to women. So that's one of the many ways that those type of dangerous narcissists use people or women or whatever. That's just an example how they view things. It's like, you don't really know me, so I can basically use you without feeling bad. Narcissists, you guys, they have really nasty, sick addictions. The reason they keep you around most of the time is because you're unaware of it. You're not aware of it. This is like a serial killer, right? Who has a family, who has children. They might be abusive, they might not be abusive, but they have an addiction. They have something that they need to do. They have something that they need to do, which is go kill someone, right? So to them, it's kind of like, not only am I covering and erasing my tracks, and I have someone to cover for me, but if I am a good husband, no one's going to notice what's really going on, who I really am. So to them, it's like, they feel as if treating their wife and kids good will justify them going out and raping people and killing them, or stalking them, And when they go out and they kill someone, sometimes they have a certain type of person they want to hunt. Whether it's a young girl, a young boy, an older person, the elderly, whether it's someone overweight, whether it's someone, who is out on the streets, who's homeless, someone who is, an escort. They all have a type. They all have an addiction. They all have something, a fantasy that they want to keep replaying over and over again. And that's how you have to look at the narcissist. When they're repeating these patterns to you and they keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's showing you that there's an addiction, and it doesn't make them feel bad, because they like it. They like doing these things. They're not questioning, why am I like this? Why am I doing these things? And if a narcissist can keep you in a state of mind where you're fearful, then in their eyes, they can keep getting away with it, because you won't even have a clue. You're too busy being scared, afraid, or in a position to lose them, that you're not even seeing that they're just using you and other people to cover up who they really are. So this is what makes a narcissist dangerous, is that they go out and commit crimes and they use people, and they get over on people while keeping you fearful, just so that they can have somewhere to go and talk to, someone to go and talk to, and someone to feel, they want to feel wanted by someone. They just need to feel wanted and needed by someone after they commit a crime. And a lot of times, they'll tell you stories. They'll tell you half stories. They'll tell you something that their friend did, or something that someone around them did that was disturbing or that wasn't right. And in actuality, they're just telling you those things to test you out. Sometimes they tell you things just to see how you feel about those things, or how do you look, what's your viewpoint on those things. It's like they want you to be their therapist almost, but they don't want to really tell you what they're doing. So it's like taking a narcissist to therapy, and they're going around in circles around the therapist, and then they're telling the therapist, oh, thank you, this really, you really helped me. And the whole time they're just like thinking, I just got over on this therapist. She still doesn't know what's really going on in my mind. She's dumb. He's dumb. And if you try to stop them from doing it, that's where the abuse will come in. So then you have some narcissists that, they're into religion, or they're business people, and they're telling their wives and their husbands, hey, I need to go on a business trip. I'll be back. And when they have someone that's not questioning what they're doing, the narcissist is happy, because they're like, I have a backup plan. I have someone that I'm using just in case something goes wrong with this fantasy that I'm addicted to, that I'm playing out over and over again. It's a disease. It's no boundaries. It's like not having any boundaries. Just going out here, committing a crime, not caring about trying to clean the scene up or anything. They're just like, I committed a crime. I'm out. I'm gone. This is why these people can't look you in the eyes afterwards. This is why they don't want to, to be confrontational with you. So narcissists have addictions. They all have something that you don't know about, a secret that you don't know about, stuff that it's not normal. It wouldn't be considered normal. The narcissist does not like being normal. They think that they're different, and they think that they're different even if they do the same type of things, and they have the same type of behaviors, because to them it's like, I'm a monster. You just don't know what type of monster I am. I'm a monster. You just don't know what type I am. So they do have addictions, and they all behave in different ways, and they all have a routine of how they do things. If you notice, every single narcissist has something that they do, a routine of how they do things, how they move. They try to be secretive. They're very, very secretive people. At least they try to be, but the more secretive that they are sometimes, it's what leads you to question what they're doing. And then they get discovered. And then everything that they've been doing in the dark comes to light. And, and it's crazy, because they will have people fooled. They'll get married and things like that, and then they'll go out and commit all of these crimes, and their family is like mind effed. Their mind is just effed up, because they're trying to wrap their arms around, their heads around, on how is their parent or someone close to capable of doing those type of things, because they're like, hey, I thought I knew my mom. I thought I knew my dad, my brother, sister, cousin, I thought I knew these people, So never be surprised when you hear that the narcissist is up, when you're not with them anymore. Never be surprised when you start hearing all of these crazy stories, or you start hearing that the narcissist is on drugs, and they're just destroying themselves, as much as they try to make it seem as if everything is going good with them. Chances are that, someone is being mistreated, and someone is very, very miserable trying to help the narcissist. The narcissist, they live in the moment to the point where, they're always crossing boundaries, especially your boundaries. They don't think twice. The narcissist has a very addictive personality where they keep doing the same thing over and over again. And a lot of times, because they know that the things that they do or they like, torturing people, whatever it is, because they know that those aren't society's norms. It's not normal in society. They feed off the empath by making the empath weak or making the empath seem as if the empath isn't intelligent, as if they are above the empath, because by seeing the fear in you, by making you feel that fear, to them it justifies that they're smarter, that they're greater than you, that you and many people in society who have made these rules that has to restrict them normal, they almost feel as if empaths are all the same. Those type of rules don't apply to them, and this is why they hate you, and they're willing to take out that hate on you because you think just the same way that all of these other people in society think, that are trying to restrain them from who they believe that they truly are. What part of this addiction is that when they think of something or they want something, they need it. So you can live across the country, and if the narcissist is thinking about you and they're like, I need to recircle my old or my past supply because things aren't working out over here. They're not thinking of how they, left you. They're not thinking that you had to pick up everything and move and start all over. They're not thinking of all of those things. They're thinking, they're not thinking that, hey, you live an hour away. Hey, you live 2 hours away. Hey, you live, in another state. They're not thinking those things. They're just thinking, I'm going to get in my car and drive all the way out there and just see what happens. Just because they had a quick thought about you. They're not thinking, when I left this person, I cheated on them. I threw the new supply at them. I tried to belittle them. I destroyed them in every way. They're not thinking that. They're just thinking, I miss this person. I miss their supply, or I miss having sex with them, or, they're just thinking in a way where it's superficial, and they're like, I'm going to drive 2 hours just to go see that person today and just to see if they're home. And, I'm blocked from everything, but I'm just going to show up. I know it's a possibility that this person might not want to talk to me, and I might not be able to get in good with them or have sex with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online. I'm going to look for other people in that area. And, if I get to see them, cool. If not, I'll have backup plans. I'll have all of these other people that I could kind of meet up with or something, just in case things don't go as planned. You're messing with someone who has an addictive personality, who when they think of something, they just run with it. This is the type of person that you can give them boundaries. You can tell them, hey, I'm not ready for sex. I'm not ready to go, to the next level. And this is the type of person that will rape you because they're like, hey, I want to have sex. I don't care if you don't want to have sex. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of girl. I want what I want. Their personality is so addictive that they believe that they know, they believe that because they study people and they can study people really good sometimes, they feel as if I'm able to study you, I basically know you. And if I know you, I can basically do whatever I want with you. So to them, it's like, if I'm able to get access to you and make you smile, or if I'm able to get access with you and just sit next to you or sit in your car or just talk to you or be around you, or if I'm able to have any type of access to you and I feel like I know you just based off the conversation, they'll take it to the next level to treat you as if you're already in a relationship with them and you just met them. This is why they leave so quickly with the new supply with other people, because to them it's like, this person is giving me what I want. They fed into they fed into the fantasy. So I'm ready to go, because they're so addictive that they're actually feeding into their own fantasy that they're playing in their brain. And when this fantasy starts playing, right, and it's working with this new person, it's working, it's nothing but a fantasy. It's an obsession. It's just an obsession. It's an addiction to them. It's an addiction. How many people, I just want to sleep with a lot of people. That's what really gets me off. Sleeping with different people, getting with different people, being sexual with different people, having different partners. That's what turns me on. I'm not going to tell you that, but that's really what's going on. I'm always looking for new supply. Always looking for an opportunity. If I can go out here and just rape people, I would, but I don't want to go to jail. So I have to use manipulation. For my addiction. This is why places like clubs and bars and places like that are dangerous, because there's narcissists everywhere trying to give people date rape drugs, and those are places where they can easily get into your brain, easily get into your mind, to feed their addiction. They're not letting you know that they're going to this bar every night. They're not letting you know that they know the people that work here. They're not letting you know that this is a routine for them, that they come here all the time. They're looking at you like you've never been here before. This person's never been here before. And sometimes that's why they're so bold, because they're sitting here acting like they don't really know too many people here, or they might know a couple of people here, right? But they're not really letting you know that they come here all the time, running the same game over and over again. They're not, letting you know that everyone there is in on it, that everyone's a predator. They're not letting you know that they're friends with the bartender that's going to give you drugs. They're not going to tell you that the manager is in on it. They're not going to tell you that even the police is in on it, that the police is connected to the person running the business, that the person running the business is connected to the bartender, that the bartender is connected to the clients that come there all the time to prey on other people. That they're all in on it. So to them, it's like, oh, look, I've never seen those girls here before. They look young and naive. I'm going to go and, spit my game at them, and I'm going to introduce them to the owner of the club. I'm going to get them a free drink, and that's how they're easily able to get supply. But that doesn't mean it satisfies them, because they have an addiction. The narcissist is a perverted, sick person with nasty fantasies that you wouldn't even imagine. There's things that the narcissist will never tell you. And that's because the narcissist addiction has played out with the many supplies they've been with. Every time they're with someone, they're running a whole role play, a whole game in their mind. You're thinking you're just being intimate with someone, or you're in love with this narcissist and you're being intimate with them. And the whole time they're playing a sick, nasty fantasy in their brain, and you don't even know it. You're just being used as a body. That's it. It's just a body to them. The narcissist does not look at people like human beings. They look at people like supply. You always talk about supply. What is supply? The narcissist is the type of person that wants to sleep around, wants to be with different people. You're thinking, what is it that gets the narcissist off? Is it torturing people? Is it being evil? Is it, putting your self-esteem down and being sadistic? What gets the narcissist off the most, to them, it's the secret, the big secret that they have. That's what really gets them off the most. The torture, the everything else, that just comes with it. That just comes with it. It's about control. Believe whatever I want you to believe. Why don't you believe me? Why are you trying to figure me out? Why are you trying to figure out my secret? It's not for you to figure out my secret. You know, that's where the torture and the anger comes from. When you discover something or you call them out on something, or if you don't agree with them when it comes to something, because to them it's like, you're supposed to do what I tell you to do. You're my backup plan. You're someone that's supposed to be covering for me. You're my slave. I'm your master. You do whatever I tell you to do. Don't ask me questions. Don't ask me why I am this way, because you're never going to figure it out. So, you know, if you guys enjoyed this video, if this video was helpful, you know, if this video was informative, like this video, you know, like, support, comment down below. If you guys are new to this channel, and you like this content, you know, where I speak on narcissism, I speak on, you know, the traits and the spirituality behind these type of demonic type of people, do not forget to subscribe. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, lots of light, and lots of peace in your healing journey. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.